Today we're going to trace our Keith Haring figure in India ink. You'll need a cup with some India ink in the bottom and an India ink marker. These markers originally had India ink in them, but they have gone dry. So what we're going to do is just dip it in the ink to make it wet again. And you're going to use that marker directly on your picture. You'll notice that using the marker will help make a more consistent, thick black outline as opposed to using a paintbrush and dipping it into the India ink. If we used a paintbrush, it would be skinny and then it might get fatter and it might get skinnier and it would be hard to make a consistent black outline. With the marker, you'll have a more consistent line. Eventually, you'll need to dip your pen into the ink over and over again when your ink starts to run out, or when your pen starts to run out of ink. You'll notice that it starts to fade, so you'll have to dip it back in. It's kind of like you're writing with a quill feather pen. Back in the old days, they used to dip their pens into ink to keep writing. It's the same thing. You're just going to keep adding more and more ink to the tip of your marker to keep a more consistent line. You'll use this to trace your figure. If you want to, you can also trace where the colors are next to each other. So where our pencil lines were when we originally did this drawing. You can do both those lines and your figure if you would like. It depends on how fuzzy your painting was. You might want to outline it if your picture was more fuzzy. I am just going to do the figure with the marker, and then I'm going to add some action lines on the corners, like where the elbow, knee, or ends of the hands are, to make it imply that my figure is dancing. I'm also going to use this marker to draw or sign my name at the bottom of my picture. Make sure that your name is on the front of your drawing or painting. Make sure you take your time while tracing your picture. Don't go too fast. I sped up my painting here so that you could see how I did the whole thing, but make sure you really take your time and follow your figure. It's easy to get lost in the line that you're tracing and accidentally trace the wrong thing. So make sure that you trace the correct lines on your painting and do it very slowly. It's not a race. Now I'm going to do my action lines. I just draw 2 lines where I want my image to look like it's moving. I sign my name and then I'm finished.